Okay. Hi. Okay. Throwback Throwback Thursday. Okay. So I was thinking about this because I've been watching old episodes of Bold and Beautiful on YouTube. They have a lot of them on YouTube. I started watching one and then I quit because I realized that I had no idea who all the characters were, and if you can't keep up with all the characters, there's really no point. So I watched one and I said I can't do this. So they had this one character on there that was Spencer, Danielle Spencer, Bill's sister, and the reason why I bring it up is because she was a lesbian gay character on the stove. So I know I give a lot of flack for not having inclusion and being scared of the LGBTQ thing, but they did try. But for some reason, Danielle seemed to go away. I don't know. Maybe there's a storyline why she left or whatever, but just seems like she went away. Um. Okay. Another thing is let's see. Oh. Um. Advertisements. I'm a fan of like media and advertising and stuff like that. Always have been. But I have to tell you, from even 10 years ago. Okay, take the Super Bowl for example. Most people either watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show or the ads between the Super Bowl, and there's a small percentage who actually watch it for the game. My point is that 10 years ago at least, or even, whatever, you had a lot of commercials where you would remember the commercial and it would make you laugh and you would want to buy the product, whatever it is. Like, okay, remember the Budweiser commercial where it was Budweiser, that kind of thing? Or the thing where they go, "What's up?" Everybody remembers that? And the Doritos girl, Allie Landry, where she's doing all the flips and stuff, and she's the Doritos girl. Okay, there's three examples. I mean, it's been I don't know how long, and I still remember those. Um, this year, the commercials, the ads, I only remember maybe two distinctly, and I usually remember all of them. So that means that they're not making them memorable enough for the general population, I would say, to remember them. And if you're trying to sell a product, isn't part of your process to have people remember your advertisements? Plus, you're spending God amounts of money, like $1 million to $1 million plus, for a 30-second spot. You know. Um, so I like the advertisements of yesteryear, where I mean, iconic things like the Coke, Coca Cola, where they used to have the holiday cans. They don't do the advertisements anymore. Um, the M and M's for Christmas time, around Christmas time, they have it with Santa, and they go, "Oh my God, didn't know they were real. Oh my God, didn't know he was real." So then you have Santa passed out and then M passed out. Those kind of things you remember. Yeah, they still do that one, but on occasion. But they should do those kind of things more. Um, but I guess I'm on an inclusion kick because I'm like, why are they not talking about other issues? Disability, different sexuality, different makeups of families, and you know, I don't know, because it's reality. Not everybody comes from Leave It to Beaver or the Brady Bunch setup. And this is 2023, and they need to get with the times. And they are getting there, but it's a slow process. And I just wish it would go a little faster. I guess what I'm saying. Um, okay. Also, I remember the music from the 90s. It got me thinking because I told you the other day I was listening to John Cicada, and I did some research, and he had five big hits. He had Just Another Day, If You Go, um, It's Too Late or Too Soon, and Angel, and Do You Believe in Us? There's at least five. And so yeah, but Latin music had a big explosion in 1999. Um, because you had the introduction of Ricky Martin as a singer, although he was on General Hospital before as Miguel with longer hair and everything. You have to look it up, but I swear to God he was on there. Also, John Stamos was on there, but this was way back as Blackie. Um, but okay, so you had Ricky Martin. Then you had Jennifer Lopez from Selena, and she decided she also wanted to be a pop star. And it turns out she could sing, so then she did that. Shakira, Mark Anthony, uh, you know, Santana came back, although Santana was always huge, but Santana did something that you're supposed to do. See, okay, if you want longevity in a career at all, you need to be able to change with the times and go with it, and still be able to have your brand and go with the times. So what people did, a lot of people did, was duets, and duets with different people that you wouldn't normally pair them up with. So he did Santana with uh, Chad Kroger, and Rob Thomas, and damn, forgot the name of the act, but it was the one that did Maria Maria. Yeah, but that, okay, that right there, 1999, 2000, whatever, is jam. Watch it. It's a good video too. It's called Maria Maria. It's really good. Um, yeah, and then and then of course the idea is to take, if you have fame, and parlay that and keep it going for a while, more than just a minute. You know? More than your 15 minutes of fame. But that's up to the individual artist. Um, yeah, this is you know, um, oh, getting back to game shows and stuff like that. Okay, this is going way back, but there was a show in the 1970s, 75 or something, with Bert Convy as the host, and it's called Tattletales, where they would get famous couples together, ask them questions, like the dating game but for married people, kind of. Okay, they'd ask them questions and see if they match, and then they divide the audience into sections, and every section got the amount of money that your color got. So there was red, yellow, blue, or green, or something. And so all of it was for like uh, clubs and stuff like that. But they had on Betty White and Alan Ludden, which I talked about this before, but for you people who are really young, you don't get it. You don't get the impact of Alan Ludden and Betty White. Okay, Betty White was the most comedic person you ever saw in your life, because she was able to take a joke and make it funny, either by not pretending not to understand it, or getting the laugh line that nobody else would get. And she did this, and she was the most famous person on American television ever because she did everything. She had her own series from the 1950s, and then she did Maud, and she did the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and the Bob Newhart Show a little bit, and then she did the Golden Girls, which everybody knows, and then she did some other stuff in the 90s, and she basically had a hit or some kind of show on the air for a bunch of decades. And then also before she died, like right before, like I don't know, not right before, but like 10 years before, she did Hot in Cleveland with Valerie Bertinelli, Wendy Malick, and Jane Leeves from Frasier. Okay, so you're talking four top females doing a show, and it was funny. It was like really funny. They didn't go for the gag line. This is really funny humor. So okay. Alright, I'll come back a lot later with Free Friday. Cause it seems to work. So I'm gonna go with it. Alright. Bye. Thank you for all the support.